Oh, my screen's gone. There.
Are you still there?
I'm here. I just hit the
Oh,
wrong
good.
button.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, just got a press release said I'd put that up. So sorry, I just now got on. Burnett County, I guess there was a crash yesterday with a fatality.
That sucks.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I mean, there's never a good time for a crash and a fatality, of course, but I don't know, man. Holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's knock on wood that we didn't have any here. I mean, we've had crashes, but none serious. And we were just talking them. I mean, we don't have any press releases this week again. I haven't written a press release in a while, so
Yeah, it has been
I
a
mean,
while.
that's a good thing. I mean, that's a very good thing. So
I would
we
agree.
can make it through New Year's Eve, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Sure. Yeah, I this is our our last show of the year.
Right.
So I thought it'd be kind of neat to kind of do a recap. Uh, yeah, I was supposed to be a little more prepared today, but that's all right.
You,
And I almost called Barb for our shirts. Almost.
oh,
Almost.
well,
That's,
that's
that's, the,
good.
cl- that's the closest I've been in a while.
That's a big win for us.
Almost. Oh, brother.
You actually thought about it ahead of time. That was good.
Yeah. Is that? Um, yeah, New Year's Eve. Hey, what was your for Christmas? What did you get? What was your favorite gift?
I got some new tools. I'm going to be a Bob the Builder now.
What?
No, I'm not
Sweet.
going to
You
be.
can go work for Trevor Peterson, former candidate.
Yeah,
He
that's
started his
right.
business. You can go work for
I
him if
got
this
it.
whole sheriff thing doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm pretty sure my building crew will be a lot shorter.
All right, man, let's get this going. Good morning, everybody. It's Positive Tuesday today, December 28th, 2021. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and you're watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by ICAA. ICAA is your local social service organization that works together with individuals, families, and the community to create and support local solutions for local needs. For a full list of services, find them on Facebook or check out their website at indianheadcaa.org. Quick programming note, former Wisconsin Assembly Representative and current candidate for Wisconsin Attorney General Adam Jarkow will be joining me this Thursday, so 2 days, on the 30th. He'll be my last guest of the year, and today is our last Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy show of the year. You can watch a recording of all of our shows on our Facebook page, on our website at drydenwire.com, or it's probably just easier going to our YouTube channel, just youtube.com/drydenwire. Fitzy, that's all I have. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. It's the last ICAA is our sponsor, right?
Yeah, and last week we had talked about that a little bit, that we were going to be seeking. I was going to put up a post last week, and I said, I kind of want to just wait until after this last show to put it up. So I'll put it up either today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, that we'll be seeking a new a sponsor for the show. ICA has been a great partner for this whole year, and it was designed to run for this calendar year. So now we're seeking a sponsor, or our main sponsor is called the Presenters. So Positive Tuesday Benefits presented by ICA. So we're looking for a business or organization for that, and then we also have some other opportunities in there as well. I'll put up more information about that tomorrow. But yeah, ICA has been absolutely fantastic to work with.
Yeah, they have. I appreciate it, and they do a lot of good things in the community. And they're just, they're not going anywhere. They're just changing their focus, which we understand 100%. And so they've done a lot for the community, and they will continue to do a lot for the community.
I agree.
They just won't get as much advertising.
That's right. Yeah. So there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, we'll still partner with them in the future, working on
Yes.
other projects as well. So.
And they're going to send press releases to us, and we'll talk about them. And
Yeah.
as we do with everybody. But how was you? How was your birthday?
It was great. I took 3 days off. That's 3 straight days off.
Mm-hmm.
First time I've done that, well, since last year this time. So I turned my phone off, or I turned it on do not disturb, so I can still use it and look up, I don't know, sports scores and stuff. But I didn't get any notifications, didn't open my computer for 3 days. I just unplugged everything. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we should all do that more often. Maybe not 3 straight days, but take a day and just unplug from everything. I mean, that was a bummer yesterday. Open up my computer and 220 some emails, and I'm like, oh man, now I gotta catch up from 3 days off. But it was great. Yeah. So for Christmas, what was your favorite gift that you received from Christmas? And anyone that is watching right now, either a gift, your favorite gift that you gave someone, or a gift that you received for Christmas this year that, you're like, what? How cool is that? So what did you get this year?
No, I got some tools, and so so I'm going to be a builder. I got a saw and a drill and another saw and a flashlight and an impact wrench. I don't even know what that does, but I'm going to make an impact with it.
A positive impact, I hope.
That's right. It's a positive impact drill.
You know what? We should have that for part of our logo. Well, shoot, we already have it now, but we should have put that in there. The positive impact wrench. Yeah, I don't even know what that looks like. I don't know anything about those things.
I don't know, but I'm going to use it.
But so you got it, but so you didn't ask for it. You
Well,
didn't ask for it. For this year, I want a now that's all I'm going to call it from now on. It's a positive impact wrench. Wait, is it a wrench?
No, it's a drill.
Oh, a drill, a impact
It's
drill.
it's just a DeWalt set. I just needed some new, instead of a 1999 drill, so.
All right, Amanda, she received a homemade cross stitch my mom did in memory of all my angel babies. Aw.
How am I supposed to match that, Amanda?
You
Come on.
can't. Yeah. Was it a positive impact cross stitch? I don't know what cross stitch is either.
I'm sure it was if it's something your mom
If it's on the shelf, yeah. So everything is just now positive. Positive impact drill and wrench. My brother got me some basic tools. So he got it for my birthday, which of course is Christmas, and on Christmas Eve we do all of our that's when we celebrate Christmas. I got like Rally this a big desk thing, a drafting desk because she likes to draw and whatever. So we had a whole bunch of things we had to put together Christmas Eve. So on Christmas I opened up my Christmas or my birthday gifts, and that was in there. I'm like, man, that would have been helpful last night. Like we couldn't even find a screwdriver. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, we don't have any press releases or articles.
Did you get to use your new snowblower?
I did. I absolutely did.
I thought about you.
Yeah, and on the I know. I was so excited. Like, come on, snow. And on the slowest speed 1 out of 7, before snow came down, I turned it on, and it was going pretty fast. I'm like, usually speed 1 is super turtle slow, and boy, what's going to happen is a lot of snow. Anyway, the snow came. I think we had like 8 inches here, and it just plowed right through it. So I went further down my sidewalk, and I was plowing the neighbors' stuff. I just want to stay out there as long as I could. It was awesome.
That's what my dad does until but he does all the neighbors, and then he's like, I'm tired. I'm like, well, yeah, you did 4 houses or 6 houses. I mean, you get going, and then you keep going because it's, when you have the right machine and the right tools, and they're positive, it's a good thing.
It's a positive.
Every contractor was swearing at us.
Yeah. So I was actually going to call you when I was snowblowing because I remember this summer I called you. I think it was on a Saturday, and you answered the phone, and I said, hopefully I'm not bothering you. I have a quick question about something. You're like, no, that's fine. I'm just mowing the lawn. I said, you're mowing the lawn, but I don't hear anything. You're like, yeah, it's electric. And I think I made some wisecrack about did you get I think it was like, did a Ralph Nader bumper sticker come with that when you bought it or something?
Yeah,
so when I was snowblowing, I was thinking of you because as always, that's all I do is think about you. Do they make electric snowblowers? And if so, I'm assuming you have one.
No, I don't have one, but they didn't make one when I bought a snowblower, but they make an Ego snowblower, and I have an Ego lawnmower. Maybe they should be our sponsor now. But I have Ego. It's a battery-powered blower and weed whip and a chainsaw. It was a kit and made by Ego, sold at Jacobson Ace Hardware.
Jeez, I gotta write all these people down. I gotta call them all.
But yeah,
are you gonna get one?
I don't know.
That can't really blow that much snow. I mean, maybe it's fine for like an inch.
Oh no, it does. It's pretty cool. I've seen it in action. Well, not live, but I've seen it on TV. And TV is cool.
Saw it on an infomercial, so looks pretty legit.
Yeah, no, but if I need a new one, I probably will. But it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, my lawnmower is super quiet, and it's electric, and it's just as good as any lawnmower I've ever had.
No, it isn't. Unless it's putting a hole in the ozone, it's not very good. So we don't have any press releases or articles that we have done in Barron either. So just before we kind of just go, I kind of want to just talk about this is our last show. So talk to the people that are watching right now, and you and I kind of have a discussion about this year, kind of recap. But first, out of curiosity, and you brought up earlier that you haven't done a press release in a while, and you of all the sheriffs, you put them out probably more than anyone. I think part of that is also because you're 3 times the size of Washburn and Sawyer
Right.
and Rusk in terms of population. Why do you think there hasn't been? It's just kind of the randomness of how things go. Sometimes it's 3 in a week, and sometimes not for a month and a half. I mean, this is the longest stretch we've gone in a long time, I think. Do you attribute that to anything?
Yeah, positive policing.
Positive policing.
No, well, to some degree, I do credit our people on the street for keeping it safe. I credit our preventative, proactive work in doing some of that. So to some degree, I don't take the credit. My department gets the credit for the work that they do in getting ahead of the game. We put out some press releases, or like a radio ad about don't drink and drive over the holidays, and be with your family, and be safe. And so I think some of that is some of our proactiveness, or
Yeah.
and the positivity that we put out there. And some of it is luck. I mean, law enforcement is a game of luck. There's no question about it. And sometimes I get lucky, and we didn't have any serious crashes. And I came out and worked both the 23rd and the 24th at night because we were busy, and I wasn't doing anything. We had done some family stuff, and I was sitting at my computer, and they got really busy, and so I went out and worked, and some guy crashed his four-wheeler and took off, and the DNR helped find him. And the night before that, it was Race Lake PD had a serious incident. We helped them with that. So they had it was a stabbing of some sort, and so we helped them arrest them subjects. And so there's some stuff going on. It just didn't involve the sheriff's department. We were there as the backup role, and that's kind of a great feature that we have.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great if we could have that go into 2022, because we were on a stretch there. Oh, I should have asked you beforehand. Maybe we can do it next. Well, you'll have those reports sometime next year, but we were doing this ongoing. It seemed like every show we were doing, there was another SWAT call out or use of the SWAT. And we were, I think at the time, pacing for way more. I think like the year before, please, well, you tell me, because I thought I remember like 7 or 10 the previous year, and we were already way like at 12 or 13 by end of summer.
Right. Yeah, and that slowed way down. I mean, we've knock on wood again. We haven't had a SWAT call out in, I don't know, probably 2 months maybe. So it works out really well, and we serve 2 counties, so it's between Rusk and Barron. Maybe we put the lid on it for a while, and who knows? It might break loose tomorrow. It could break loose this afternoon. But we did really good yesterday with all the snow. There wasn't too many cars in the ditch. And it helps when there's no school and some people are off. But, banks and libraries and all these businesses were open yesterday, so there was a lot of traffic around. But everybody did a good job of getting through the snow and not driving until the plows got out there. Our plows did a good job. It's a little slick this morning because some of that crusty snow turned into ice, but the main roads are really good. I'm sure some of the side roads are a little slippery, but we're supposed to get a few more inches, but I think our highway departments and townships will handle that like nothing, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Mike Judy just sent an email before the show, and I didn't get a chance to open it yet, but like a situation report. So I wasn't aware we're getting a ton more snow. By the way, good morning, Mike. I saw him. So we need to get him back on, actually, because with all the COVID stuff, and he's kind of our guy for that. Hospitalizations and where are we on those? And if I recall, I think
that's a good thing.
Yeah, right. I think I saw he was it the Chanhassen Dinner Theater? I think I saw on Facebook or something last night. Because I was going to see if he wanted to come on this morning, but when I saw that, I'm like, well, fine, whatever. Spend time with your family. I don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeez.
Yeah, don't worry about us. We're fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So I want to talk about this, and if anyone that is watching that wants to kind of chime in a little bit as well, I wrote down a few things, kind of a Positive Tuesday 2021 recap. He just stirs the pot, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. I'm not going to sponsor your golf tournament.
Oh, by the way, that is my favorite gift for Christmas. Actually, it's my birthday. So when I used to golf actually a lot, it was late 20s, I think 25, 26 years old. I had this putter, and it was a white hot Odyssey 2-ball putter. That's what it's called. And I loved it. I ended up selling my set, and I've golfed many times since, but like once or twice a year, so not really consistently. And I have a different putter now, and I can't stand it. And you can't buy those anymore. And I went online a year ago to look for that putter, and like on eBay, they're selling them for like $700. I'm like, "Jeepers, yeah, no. I mean, that thing should just put the ball in the cup for me for $700. But I couldn't find it anywhere. My brother-in-law got me that putter. He found it, used at Golf Galaxy, or I don't know where it was. He found it.
It's a 2-ball putter. So you get
The
two.
Odyssey White Hot 2-ball putter. Yes. I mean, I've been looking for that thing for 10 years, and they don't make them anymore.
Oh,
So, yeah, that was my
sweet.
favorite one. Speaking
There
of
you go.
golf. So you'll be able
There
to
you
see it if Mike behaves and is nice to us, and if we sponsor them again.
That's a really big help.
Yeah, it is. So, Positive Tuesday 2021 recap. Here's some of the questions, and I want to ask you, Fitzy, and anyone that's listening. Do you think our show has made a positive impact in your life? So I'm going to ask you specifically, Chris Fitzgerald, whether it's as Chris Fitzgerald or as Sheriff Fitzgerald, do you think, has our show made a positive impact in your life?
Oh yes, but I'm a half full kind of guy. I always have been. I've always looked at it that way. It's a way to express some things that I'm feeling. From a sheriff's department standpoint, I mean, personally, it's helped me, express some of the feelings that you don't always get to talk about. You don't always get to put that in a newspaper article and tell people how you're feeling. So I think it's been a good thing for me personally and professionally. It's got more information out to the public. It's made a difference, we hope, in people's lives. Just in creating a smile. Maybe it's one smile a day, that we could create for somebody, and that's all that matters. If that's what we created this show when it was kind of gloom and doom out there, and we said, enough's enough.
It was during the safer at home or stay at home. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, that's how the show kind of organically started.
Right.
It was just that we started doing these every week, and we're kind of having fun doing it. And next thing you know,
We're doing it.
yeah, we're doing it.
We don't have t-shirts yet.
Yeah, so okay, I don't want to get into that right now. Jeepers.
So go to your next question.
Yeah. Well, I can say that. One, I'm incredibly humbled that you do this. Again, we started this organically. It was never kind of meant to be. We didn't say, you know what I should do? I should start a show. I should find a sheriff that doesn't even live in the county that I'm in, and we should just do a weekly show. That was it never came up. It's just so bizarre how this ended up turning out. So I'm so grateful that you still do these things. But it has made a positive impact in my life personally, because there are, whether it's during the show, and sometimes I think you had mentioned, we kind of talk through some things, because really you and I are just having a conversation and people can kind of chime in. But we also talk privately from time to time. And what I've had the privilege of seeing is the Chris Fitzgerald that people get to see, Fitzy or Sheriff Fitzgerald, that you see on the show, or you see him out at the fair or at a hockey game. That's the same Chris Fitzgerald all the time. And you're right, you're that glass is half full, but you've helped me through a lot of things where I've had negative views on things, or something has impacted me, and I kind of, I don't feel good about it, and I'm maybe even getting upset or mad about it. And then when I talk to you, you've always been able to kind of bring me back around and look at the positive part of it without using those words like, well, now, Ben, let's be positive here. But you've always been able to. So I think I'm a better person since we started the show. I really do.
Well, and I think sometimes you have to just tell somebody, hey, look at the positive of that. Hey, I know it was a crappy day, but we got to move forward, and we've got to move on, and tomorrow's a different day. Or something happened and that's not what the person meant, or that's not what, that incident, about, we put a Facebook post up and people don't like, sometimes we talk about them on Facebook. Well, don't do the crime if you don't want to do the time, but we don't do it to, make that person feel guilty or bad or mad or sad. It's doing it to tell people what we do, and also show people, don't drink and drive, or don't do this, or don't do that. So I think sometimes you just have to say, yeah, life was terrible today and tomorrow will be better. And if we can make you smile, I think that's a good thing. So yeah, we worked through a lot of stuff for people. So
Well, and me, that's what I was trying to say, is that for me personally, plus I love just doing these. I'm always in a better mood on Tuesday morning. I just am. I love it. I think I told you before that Rally can always tell, because they were at home for the middle school was shut down and then whatever. So you can always tell when I leave to go to the studio what day it is. That's what she told me. I always know what day it is because you always are in a super happy mood in the morning. Not like I'm like usually cranky or anything, but you can always tell I just have a little extra smile in the morning when I come to these shows. I absolutely love it. So now I guess my question to you, Fitzy, is do you think that we're making a positive impact in other people's lives by doing the show? Is it just the put a smile on? I mean, we've never really sat and talked about, and we've never talked about this. Probably should do that privately, but that's not who you and I are. We'd rather just hash it out live on a show that we can never take back any of our words. Is this making a difference, do you think, in other people's lives?
Well, I think Amanda just put a quote up there, and I think that we'll look at
That one.
And I was just going to say, well, we'll talk about Amanda first, but I mean, I just think I look forward to it. It helps people understand the news, the police, civil service, whoever we have as a guest on. I think it's important. And you look at Adam's going to be on Thursday. Make sure he doesn't say anything so they use it against him. but I think that's taught everybody that we're just people too. I've never came on this show and said I'm the best sheriff in the whole United States. I never make a mistake. We've talked about mistakes on this show, and we get quoted, and it's a very good look at how people can take something. We have a positive Tuesday show to talk about whatever, and people take snippets of it and try to create bad news with it, and that's just go ahead and do it because we believe in who we are.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people see it in us and see that we love our jobs and see that we're good people. And, so, because I think that, but that's politics. And if we really want to change politics, we have to have candidates who aren't going to be offended when that happens. And I think Adam does a good job of that and saying, that's not what I meant. I've supported law enforcement way before I ever thought about running for attorney general, or way even before I, was in assembly or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. So I think it's good. And I think we've made a positive impact on people. And anytime you get new information, it's better for people.
And you had said it's politics, and I agree with that. But it's also media, and I am part of media under that umbrella. But that stuff drives me nuts too. It just does, because they're the ones who write that stuff. They're the ones that take it out of content or out of context.
Right.
And that's just, I don't know. I know I get. I don't know if it's good or bad. I think now I look at it as a good thing. It's a positive thing that I get. I wouldn't say accused. That makes it sound like it's a bad. I'm told by several people often that not just this show, but when I have a guest on or a candidate, that it's not an interview. I'm not hitting. Why aren't you asking the tough questions? Why aren't you asking this? I'm like, that's just not really me. I like asking questions, but I want people to see the person, the human being. I'd rather talk to Fitzy, not the sheriff, Fitzgerald. Now, you're on and you're doing the show because you are the sheriff in Barron County. But even if you're not, I still want you on. We'll always do the show. I mean, right? I mean, at some point, maybe not. But, whether you're sheriff or not, this is great. I want people to see the human. When Adam comes on, now, Adam, I love talking to Adam because, boy, he's if you ever listen to Adam, it's always a treat. But I like having those conversations with all these people. And the Patty Shockners, I like Patty a lot. I really do. I want people to see the human being that she is. You can agree or disagree with her politics and her views and her stance. That's fine. That's politics. But then if a media outlet, though, takes some of these conversations and they spin it and they make a headline and they run a story on it, that stuff kind of gets to me a little bit.
I agree. And, we've talked about having Governor Evers on, and we'd love to have him come on our show and be a guest. And we're not going to ask him, hey, why did you do X, Y, and Z last night? But we want to know, hey, what did you do last night? Did you eat supper? Where did you eat supper?
Right.
Those are conversations that would be like, what's the governor do? Does he get to go to McDonald's and whenever he wants? I don't know.
It's like Us Weekly or one of those things that celebrities are just like us. I'm like, well, yeah, I know. They go shopping.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the kind of questions, and we want to know, how do you make a decision? Who do you ask? I mean, so if you ask two people and they're from a Democrat and a Republican, what do you do? I mean, those are kind of things that, I'm looking forward to in 2022 because I'd like to have some more guests. I mean, I look at Amanda. Amanda's been there, but Amanda works at Kinship in Cumberland, and I want to know.
Hold on. What's that?
kinship of Cumberland and Turtle Lake. That's that mentoring program. You know,
Oh, I think we've talked about
even
that.
yeah, but I mean, I think having a guest like that on the show and to realize how many kids out there need, we have kinship in Rice Lake, and I was on their board for years. And I would, how many kids need to be mentored out there that boys and girls and there's got to be somebody out there that says, you
Yeah.
know what, I have some time to mentor somebody 1 hour a week or whatever it is. Um,
Well, Matt,
but
real quick, Matt was supposed to be on the show, but now he's driving to Montana, which
okay,
you'll never hear those words come out of anybody's mouth ever again. We're driving to Montana. What? Uh, but he mentors. I think when he was on
hmm
one time, I
right,
think it
he
was with
talked
us.
about that.
Yeah, he talked about that. He mentors kids, kind of like that big brother type role.
Right,
Not sure what it's actually called, but through Washburn County. I mean, it's through some part of
right.
Washburn County that he mentors young men, and I just think that is just awesome. Look, I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to do that because I don't know, my life. So here's how you do a story, and here, not really much of a
right.
mentoring thing there. Um,
But it's not about that. It's about just giving them an experience that they may not ever get,
oh,
whether that's going to a bowling alley or going to a Twins game, or
sure,
whatever it is that this person may never get to go to because of the situation they're in. And that's what it's about, making a difference in someone's life. And that's why we do Shop at the Cop. Maybe it's just a little bit of extra smile. Yes, and so it's way more than a career. My job is way more than a career. Yours is way more than a career
yeah,
too. I mean, it's I don't know what we do. We got to do it different. People just got to enjoy life more. We got to smile more and be more positive. But what am I looking forward to in 2022? I mean, I want to see some more guests. I'd like
sure,
to see. I mean, I don't want to lose this, and our guests sometimes take a back. I know. When we have Dave Wilson on it, sometimes it's just you and I, Dave Wilson.
hold
You
on, I
know,
gotta find it.
I
Wait,
talked to Dave this week too. I
really?
talked to him about some real work, and we were doing some real work
What?
and hiring and
Sure.
how do we look for employees and things like that. So Dave and I had a pretty good conversation about how to make our counties better. And there's a guy who cares about
Yeah.
everything he does, and that's kind of special, and uh, and that's it's fun. But a little bit more guests to learn about some more things. So
Okay.
Dirk on it. When's the snow coming, Dirk? That's what I want to know.
Oh, is it
So
he? Oh, that's right. He's your.
he's my weather guy.
Oh, brother.
What time's it going to snow in Barron County? I got a hockey game tonight. We got to make sure that the other team gets here.
More guests. So I tell you what. So for the guests, I think we
Yeah,
talked about last week. You had said we should get Chris
Cruzy.
Cruzy
Yeah, yeah,
on. I've attempted because I usually don't reach out to people to have them
sure.
come on for any shows. They reach out to us, but Governor Evers, I have tried to twice. I haven't even gotten a response, so it's not even a no.
Come on, Governor
Just
Evers.
nothing.
Write
I,
your
I'll
governor, everyone.
yeah. I'll see. I'll see if I can get a hold of Chris Cruzy.
Okay.
You got to get Governor Evers. Maybe he'll listen to you. He's one of your guys. He's a Democrat.
Oh, he's one of my guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's how
That's
it
right.
works.
That's right. That's how it works, right? You
Here,
guys
let me
have
just
like secret
everybody
emails
else.
and stuff, like all you Democrats.
Yeah, that's right. We just have a
Yeah.
secret email account.
Yeah.
Is what we do.
That you all communicate with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then we delete them right away, and then we shred it.
All
So
right, some more guests. That's a good one. What else? So, for anyone else that may still be watching, what more can we do looking into 2022? How else can we kind of spread that positivity? I know one of the areas that I need to work on a little bit more is to um, see something, assume that it was meant positively first, like my first reaction. Should I? Because I think sometimes somebody will just ask a regular question, and you take offense to it and defensive, and maybe there's a reason for that because you experience some of those things on a frequent basis. But excuse me, I would like to start just seeing things more in a positive way. My first response, my first thought is something positive. I don't want a negative feeling. I don't know if I can do that or not, and I don't know what our show could possibly do for that. But is there anything else that we could do or we should be doing other than having guests on, which I think is a brilliant idea? I think having more of those people on in our areas to talk about these great things that they're doing, I think that in and of itself is going to be very, very positive. But is there anything else that we should be looking into doing for 2022?
I think that's probably a question for New Year's Eve for our Facebook site or your Facebook
Oh,
site.
sure.
and that's a good thing. We talk about we want to hear from the people, and we understand people don't are at work right now, and we have 35 listeners today, live, and but that is
Well,
maybe that's a better question. Oh, later this morning, inch or two. Okay, we can handle that, Dirk. No problem. Hey, I'm glad your brother's not on because he'd probably want us to weight lift and work out.
oy.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and there is something. So if anyone's in a Washburn County area, go to our website, driveway.com. It was still on our main page. I put it up yesterday. We refresh it every week. I think this is our last week doing it. There's some challenge that he's doing. It's a health and fitness. You don't have to be a member at his Body Shop Fitness Centers because he owns those gyms. So you don't even have to be there necessarily for this. But you should go check it out.
Right.
I'm supposed to, I guess.
I drive by the gym and wave.
Yeah.
Like cool after me. Yeah.
Yeah. See now you got Mike started
Barb
all this.
Barb's in all day. She even said that. I'm in all day.
Okay. All right. So, anything else? Does anyone else that is listening right now have any ideas about what, or if you're most likely, because most people don't watch these live because you're right there at work. But if you're even watching this in the recording, please put a comment in, and I'll put up another post on our Facebook page today, tomorrow, sometime this week, or maybe this weekend or something, asking what else can we do? Maybe there's something that we should be doing that we're not doing. So it's more than just a could. It's well, you really should do this but I don't know what that is right now.
Yeah, and I think people like Mike Schaefer comes on and gives us a lot of good information, and I think that probably a monthly show we should probably think about doing with him until we get through this, whatever it is now, Omnicore or whatever it is, and it's less sick. I don't know.
It's positive Omicron, I think.
Omicron, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's positive.
Yep.
So
impact.
But, I didn't get my shirt, Karen. Not yet. No.
Oh, jeepers. I'm starting to not like these shows anymore. See, this is all very negative for me. Very negative.
Well, do your job. No.
I know I should. Any other guests? So, like Mike Schaefer, you had mentioned. So, Amanda, Amanda's watching right now. Like, Amanda, I don't know what she actually does there. So she's watching right now. Should we have Amanda on?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think that's what people need to know about. I think there's some opportunities for people out there to say, hey, you know what? I can be a mentor. I can make a difference in a kid's life. If this show can make a difference in one kid's life, we've done our job for the whole year. So let's do it in January. We'll check that off the list, and we'll just have Positive Tuesday from there.
All right. I was hoping you were going to say no. No, I don't want Amanda Williams on. Just 'cause I think that'd be funny. It's like she's watching. Go, no, I don't want her on. Yeah. So no, Amanda. Yeah, I'll reach out to you later, probably after I call Barb for the shirts.
So basically, it'd be February of 2023.
All right, what else can we do looking into 2025? Shirts, got it. No, sure. That would be great, Amanda. If you're interested in doing that, that'd be fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and it'd be good information. Yeah, I think I'm going to start just looking at that a little bit differently now. When I see people in the community doing those kind of positive things, I'm just going to, you know what? I wonder if that would be have a guest on. And we don't have to have a guest on every show, right?
No, and we can't because we talk.
Usually we do have press releases and articles and a lot more law enforcement and cop stuff and whatnot. Right. But yeah, if we have one or two a month, that'd be great.
Yeah, I wouldn't think I have a date in February. I'm not going to be able to do a show, but maybe you can have Mike Schaefer on where you and him can talk about stuff, and it can still be Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy and Mike, or something like that. Yeah, I know.
Have to think about that one. I don't know. I don't know if I could talk to Mike Schaefer for 40 straight minutes.
All by myself.
Yeah. It's nice having you as the buffer.
Yeah. You can do it. That'll be your goal in 2020.
Okay. Well, the good news about that, the positive part about that, is that you won't bait me into sponsoring more of his stuff if you're not on. So.
Right. But I have some goals for the Sheriff's Department in 2022. I'm working on right now. We're putting our end of the year report together. I'm very excited about 2022 from the Sheriff's Department standpoint. I think we're gonna create a new position, probably with a social worker inside the Sheriff's Department. We're working on that really hard right now on that. So we're open to launch that even into January at no cost.
So I know that you can't give but could you expand on that just a little bit more? A social worker, you said inside the building?
Yeah, inside the Sheriff's Department. So it'll actually be a member of the sheriff's department, but they won't be a cop. They'll be a social worker. A lot of that through this policing efforts and getting rid of the police and defunding, they talked about that. Well, we don't have those issues here, but looking at some of what people talked about, there's some good ideas out there. And so Stacy Frolick and I, our DHS director, have been meeting, talking about that idea. She received some grant funding that she can use for a couple different ways, and she chose to go this way if we can make this work. So I think they'll just respond to some of the calls with us and maybe be able to handle them a different way or get services to a person sooner than us coming back doing a report and then sending it to DHS. So we're going to try this as a trial basis. It's a trial position. It's a temporary position.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a full-time position. We're not spending tax money. Well, I'm not saying that. It came from a grant. Somebody's tax money's paying for it. I understand that. But it's not. We're not adding to the budget of Barron County for the year. It's a grant. We have to do something with this grant money we received. We're going to try this. I think it'll work. We're going to be a lot more positive in the community. I think we can get back to doing some of the things we want. I want our people, not just me, to be out there, begging groceries or doing something. We got to find a way to interact with people better through different meals. We had a very good meal with the tribal community. We're going to reach out to some of our other communities and have some meals where we just hang out with law enforcement.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and so that was very successful. I've written a grant. We've got some money to do that in 2022. We're going to keep going on equipment for our people and make sure that they're safe. That's the number one priority, is always, as the sheriff, is to make sure our 78 members go home safe every night. So we're going to make sure we have the equipment to do that. So I don't have any specific goals. They're very broad, but I'm very, very excited about 2022. We're going to make a bigger difference in the community.
Awesome. We have a from Lori here. Good morning. How about bringing a Native American on to discuss culture and positivity in this culture? There's so many good mentors out there. My sister-in-law is the first female. I don't know what NA is. Brigadier General in the Army. No. What's NA?
I don't know.
Well, that's a great suggestion, Lori. Thank you.
Navy, I think.
Army National Guard?
No, that was starting.
I don't know. I love it, though, Laura. If you're still watching, let us know what NA means. But no, I think that's a great suggestion.
Native American.
Oh,
Native American. I had to read it. I'm like,
oh, sure. It's small print. That's my excuse. Small print.
Yeah.
Small print.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank God for that delay so I could think about it.
Yes.
Oh, Dave Wilson.
Yes, Native American. Yes, we got it now. Yes. Sorry. But no, thank you, actually, because, wasn't sure. Oh, by Dave Wilson. Yeah. There you go, Dave Wilson. So New Year's Eve is, what is that? Is that Friday or Saturday?
Friday night.
So what are you anticipating?
I'm anticipating 0 arrests.
Oh, are we taking bets on this? No, we probably shouldn't do that.
Take the over on that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But being on a Friday night, I remember last year we talked about this, and I think it was on a Saturday night. I don't know how that works. Every year is it like one day different? We talked about this last year, but now with this on a Friday night, which is, I was assuming, Friday and Saturday nights. I don't know, one is more than the other. Kind of big nights that people go out. With it New Year's Eve on a Friday night, they don't have to go to work the next day. Is this we're probably going to have all hands on deck just because, or is it should be like a normal Friday?
Well, no, it's a little bit more. There's a lot of, I was reading the Facebook and the newspaper, and there's a lot of meals and dinners out. So we expect some heavy traffic between that 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., even midnight, because there's a lot of people, at Turtleback's having a comedian with a pasta bar, and there's some restaurants having a lot of special meals. And so there's a lot of advertising out there. So go out, support your local business. I mean, I'm serious. There's some really good, fancy meals out there at different restaurants. So go out, support them, and have fun. Have an exit strategy. It's as simple as that. It's not difficult to go out and have fun with a group of people, and go out to our establishments. I've even seen some balloon drops at different bars at midnight. So I think that's cool. I don't think we had all of that last year because people were still worried. So I love to see that. I think continue to be safe. Yeah, no snow on New Year's Eve. Thanks, Dirk. But it'll be cold. It'll be colder, but we can handle the cold. We just don't need snow, so the roads will be
Sure.
good by then. But I plan on working myself. I'll be out there on patrol working, and so I'm pretty. I enjoy that night. I think people are happy and fun. It's just that we can't have drunk driving, and we can't have accidents, and we can't have domestics and things like that. So we're gonna really push for a positive 2022, and hopefully, we. But yes, am I concerned about Friday night? I always am. New Year's Eve, the day before Thanksgiving, proms and graduations. I mean, those
Mm.
are the things that were I probably don't sleep as well at night because I don't want nothing bad to happen
Yeah.
to and that's not the way to start 2022 is in jail or injured or in the
Well,
hospital
yeah,
or
because
something.
it's really. I mean, listen, if people want to do something dumb and they're the only ones that have to suffer the consequence from it, I'm all for it. Fine, go ahead.
Right.
Get drunk, crash your car into a tree, and that's on you, right? You're the idiot. But it's the other people that are going to be out going to dinners and some parties, and with family. They're going to be going over to their neighbor or their grandma's house. But probably like at 9 o'clock, they're already wrapping it up because nobody's going to stay up till midnight. But now they're driving home, and that's what I worry about. It's not the one person who's drunk and doing something, and they're the only ones that get crashed, and they're the only ones that get hurt. It's hitting the other people. So I don't know. Is it one of those? If you're out after midnight, you want to be extra careful because we know that people are going to be drunk driving after midnight. Well, and
Well,
sooner certainly, but
and
man,
you talk about one vehicle accidents, and that's yeah, you're right. You only hurt the one person in the car, but all those first responders, ambulance people have to leave their families and friends and New Year's Eve parties to go help you
that's true.
because you were drunk and stupid, and have to deal with, seeing their friends or brothers or kids or somebody that they crashed into, or so it's just it impacts way more people than the one person in the car, and we need to get more people to realize that we can't do it without our volunteer firemen and our EMS people and things like that. And our
Mm.
hospitals are maxed right now, with different things. And so they're asking us to be careful, take some extra precautions so you don't end up in the hospital so they can get rid of what they're doing so they can start 2022 with less people in the hospital. I mean, that'd
Yeah,
be a
that'd be
huge
nice.
goal.
That would be
So, I'm very excited about 2022.
good.
I think it'll be fine. I'm not overly concerned, but I just, we put some radio ads out there, we'll put some Facebook things out there, but we're just telling people be careful, have an exit strategy. Let's just be safe and be smart.
So when you go out and you work on New Year's Eve, is this very very late night or no? I go out and work until like 8:30. I'm like I'm going to bed.
I
How late
don't.
do you usually stay out?
I don't even probably go out till about 8:30.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Do you
So I
go
don't
home
go out.
and take a nap before you go out? You're getting old, Fitzy.
Yeah.
You got to get
Well,
a
I am.
nap in there.
I used to be able to just go, but it depends on how busy it is. I mean, I'll stay out definitely past midnight.
Okay.
But I'll probably go home about 2-ish. But the bars can stay open in Wisconsin all night long. You don't have to close on New Year's Eve. So you
Wait,
can
what?
actually stay the bars can stay open in Wisconsin
What's the
all night
what's the
long.
normal bar close time in Wisconsin?
2:30 on a weekend. It would be 2:30.
2:30. And you're saying they can stay open past that?
They can stay open all night till 2 o'clock, till 2:30 on Saturday night. You can stay open 24 hours.
Really?
Yep. Yep. So there's people in the bars at 4 a.m. That's the only night of the year in
Rough.
Wisconsin that you can stay up all night.
Why did they do that?
I don't have
Do you
any
remember?
idea.
Was that relatively recent, or is it? No, that's
Oh no,
always been
that's
that
been
way.
since I've been a cop, and
Oh, no
probably
kidding.
before that. So, yep. So you can go to the bar and stay till 4 a.m. So we can meet at Bar and Spooner at 4 a.m. if
Yeah,
you
well,
want.
I get up at 4, so yeah, we can meet at 4:30, right in town, have a beer
Meet another grown man. We'll have a
at
we'll have a Mountain
4:30 in
Dew
the
around
morning.
there
Oh my
just
goodness.
to say we could do it.
Yeah, right. I'll order it. I won't even drink it. I just wanted to be able to order a beer at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, and then get a cup of coffee, go back home, and go to bed. Yeah, I don't think we'll be staying up for New Year's Eve. It's been a long time since I stayed up till New Year's Eve for
Right.
the ball drop. I mean, you see, whatever.
Well, if
No.
you stay up till 11, you can watch the New York ball drop at 11 and then go to bed.
There you go. We're gonna record last year's and just play it earlier, so we still get the same feeling. But then we can all go to bed
Australia
at
happens at
8:30.
like noon, so you can go watch Australia at noon, and then you can watch the ball drop in Australia.
See, people just need to listen to us. All right. Anything else going? Anything else you're looking forward to this week?
No, Gophers play tonight. Badgers play tomorrow.
Right.
So we got some college
Badgers.
football to watch.
Oh, college football. Oh, wait, they play Thursday, don't they?
Or Thursday. That's right. I meant Thursday.
Arizona State or something. And then the big ones, of course, being on Friday. Who do you got? Last question. Who do you have?
Oh.
Cincinnati against Alabama, number 4-1. And then who's the other
I'll
one?
take Alabama. I won't go against them.
Alabama. Okay. They're not going to have to play a perfect game to win. Cincinnati's going to have to play a perfect game to win, but they could. But they're going to have to pretty much be perfect. But I'll also go with Alabama on that. And then Georgia and Michigan. Who do you have?
Michigan.
Oh, I'm going Georgia.
I'm saying Michigan's going to beat Alabama too.
What? Well, it's going to be hard for them to beat Alabama if they can't get past Georgia. Thanks, Fitzy. You've been watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by ICAA. ICAA is your local social service organization that works together with individuals, families, and the community to create and support local solutions for local needs. For a full list of services, find them on their Facebook page or check them out on their website at indianheadcaa.org. A reminder, this Thursday on the 30th, I'll be chatting with former Wisconsin Assembly Representative and current candidate for Wisconsin Attorney General, Adam Jarkow. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden saying thank you for watching. Thank you for all of the comments and positivity. We'll see you back here next Tuesday. So until then, stay safe, stay positive, and as always, have a blessed day.